Greetings, people of intellect. This is my book review of Unstoppable Confidence by Kent Sayer. I believe confidence to be one of those very underlying universal principles that govern so much of our everyday lives, because as we know, it's not what you say but how you say it that defines the message. And so something like confidence helps you get your message across. Those aspects that are not just verbal, not the actual words of the message, but the entire delivery of the message, which defines the message. So that's why I decided to look into a book like this, because I believe that because confidence is such an underlying backdrop to everything else that we do, that we should pay some level of importance and conscious awareness to it to improve it. And there's a lot of principles about confidence and ways to improve confidence that I came away with from this book. The first being that there is a difference between competence and confidence. When you're competent at something, that means you know how to do that something, but you may lack confidence. So you may be really good at whatever skill or task you do, but because you lack confidence, you're not able to sell yourself, you're not able to get yourself out there and be known, and you're just a shy wallflower. But if you have confidence without competence, you come across as arrogant and just full of yourself and haughty. So that's not a good combination either. But a mixture of competence and confidence yields ideal results. And the thing about confident people is that what they do is they don't bring other people down to raise themselves up, but rather confident people have such an abundant level of confidence that they raise the confidence of those around them, which kind of draws people in to that person and makes them more favorable and seem like a character to associate with. The second concept that I came away with is the concept of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and how you say what you say defines your reality. For example, confident people don't say certain terminologies, and confident people say a different type of terminology. They don't say, I will try. They say, I will do. They don't say, I don't know. They say, I'm not sure yet. They don't say, I could or I should or I would. Instead of I could, they say I can. Instead of I should, they say I choose. Instead of I would, they say I will. So that sort of terminology makes them more definite in what they're trying to get across. Also, the language that they do use is of certainty. For example, like absolutely and definitely and of course and sure, and those sorts of definite tone, like you're competent terminologies. The third topic that I came across is a very practical one that is very delicate, and that is the art of incorporating touch into your communication with others. And I understand that this is a very sensitive area, but pun intended. But the art of touching people, it creates a greater level of bondage than words alone. They did an experiment where they asked waitresses to be kind and polite to the customers, but also they asked like one group of waitresses to touch their customer and another group not to touch but have the same level of courtesy. They found that the group of waitresses that did touch their customers received 50% more tip than the ones that didn't. So I believe there's some value there. I have to start figuring out how I'm going to incorporate that into my everyday life, but that is an area I do want to explore more. There's another wonderful principle I learned, and that is the concept of, we know the golden rule, there's a platinum rule. The platinum rule states that do unto others as others would like to have done unto them. And I really think that's a much more practical principle than the golden rule, because you may like certain things that the other person doesn't. Figure out what the other person likes or the way they would prefer to be treated, and then treat them accordingly, and that defines so much of your confidence, is when you can get your point across in a way that person truly understands.